Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Abdullah Al Noman. My student ID is 221155387. Today, my presentation topic is the real-life application of linear algebra and calculus in computer science and engineering. Welcome to my presentation. First of all, introduction to linear algebra. Linear algebra is the study of linear combination. It is the study of vector space, lines and plans and some mapping that are required to perform the linear transformation. It includes vector, matrix, and linear function. It is the study of linear sets of equation, its transformation properties. Calculus is concerned with comparing quantities which vary in a non-linear way. It is used extensively in science and engineering since many of the things we are studying like velocity, acceleration, current in a circuit do not behave in a simple linear fashion. Now we are discussing about objective of the studies. First of all, we can perform simple operations involving determinates, the rank of matrix and its null space, and perform operations with vectors and have a working understanding of vector space. Use vector to calculate scales and vector products. Determine linear dependence of vector. And now calculus. First of all, we can compute limits, derivatives, and integrals. Analyze function using limits, determines, and integral. And secondly, we can recognize the appropriate tools of calculus to solve applied problem. Now we are discussing about learning outcomes. Learning outcomes of linear algebra. We can explain the concept of base and dimension of vector space. Explain the concept of dimension of a vector space. Explain vector space in a different dimension. Explain row and column space of a matrix. And now calculus. We can compute limits, derivatives, and integrals. Analyze function using limits, derivatives, and integral, and now recognize the appropriate tools of calculus to solve applied problems. Now we are discussing about real-life application of linear algebra in computer science and engineering. We can see the real-life application of linear algebra is cryptography, image processing, machine learning, computer vision, graphics, algorithms, optimism, and also used in quantum computation, computational biology, information retrieval, and web search. Now let's get discussed about cryptography. Cryptography is the study of secure communication technique that allow only the sender and intent recipient of a message to view its content. Here is the cryptography, the real-life application of calculus in computer science and engineering. First of all, image processing, machine learning, data mining, scientific computing, and also used in creating the graphics and physical engines for video games, including the 3D vision for simulation. Now we are discussing what is data mining. Basically, data mining is the process of sorting through large data sets of identify patterns and relationships that can help solve business problem through data analysis. This is the data analysis process. Conclusion of linear algebra. Overall, the conclusion of linear algebra is that it helps solve various equations in mathematics. Linear algebra is used to solve mathematical topic. And conclusion of calculus. We should now be able to understand what functions are and have some application of their application. Apply the formula that determine a stationary path of functional to reduce to the differential equation for stationary path in simple cases. And solve differential equation for stationary path subject to boundary conditions in a straightforward case. That's all today. Thanks for your patience hearing. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.